The chosen hero is a common trope in storytelling, prophesying the rise of someone destined to bring freedom to suffering people. But for a destined hero to exist, evil must as well. In prophecy, evil always plays a role, and it always takes the first step. For there to be a hero in destiny, there must also be a villain. For why prophesy a hero's arrival when a hero is not needed? No, for a hero to rise, a hero must first be needed, which is the sad truth about destiny. It promises a saviour, but also a persecutor. Legend of Zelda has an interesting portrayal of this trope. While there is a chosen hero in Link, there is also a villain that is chosen, Ganondorf. This idea of a chosen villain brings a harsh element of tragedy to the common tale of destiny. There are other stories which tell this ironic tale, but Legend of Zelda, in my opinion, stands out with Ganondorf, who is burdened to uphold a terrible, repeated cycle. A cycle in which Zelda will rule, Link will find the Master Sword, and Link will defeat Ganon. But in that same vein, Ganon will rise, Ganon will overthrow Hyrule, and though he will be stopped, he will come back. Peace is destined to be obtained, but terror, darkness, and evil is destined to reign. Just as Zelda and Link must fulfill their destiny, King Dragmire must fulfill his. In Ocarina of Time, Link is put to sleep, so he may come of age to wield the Master Sword. But in this time, Ganon fulfills his chosen destiny of spreading evil's chaos and dominion across Hyrule, until Link defeats him. Even in another timeline, when Link stops Ganondorf's plan from ever unfolding, destiny finds a way for Dragmire to fulfill his prophecy, overthrowing Hyrule centuries later, again spreading evil's chaos and dominion across Hyrule, until Link defeats him. While it happened a different way, the same destiny was fulfilled. This is the strength of Demise's curse. This is the tragic cycle all must endure, including Ganondorf. He will succeed, but in the end, he will always lose. He will always be killed by the chosen hero. Even when he kills the hero of time, another will rise to defeat him. Even when he succeeds against all odds, a hero will rise to kill him. And even when there is seemingly no hero in sight, one will eventually arrive to slay him once more. And it is in Wind Waker we are introduced to a new side of Ganondorf. A side of him which seems to highlight this tragic life he must endure. A side of him that is more human. A human who was once a king, that wished for his people to live a more prosperous life, and envied those that kept it from them. Imagine if you were in Ganondorf's shoes for a moment, born to be a thief, and a king of a harsh, unforgiving desert. Standing in this desert, you looked out to the land of Hyrule, a land full of life and hope, with people favoured by the gods. All the while, the wind carried death and suffering upon your people. Is this simply your fate? You decide to break this bondage, to make Hyrule your own, so strength and prosperity will be brought to you and your people. You seek the power of the Triforce, not just for the power to conquer, but for the power to decide your own destiny. But, unaware to you, your destiny was written down in the annals of history, and hate, pain, death, and failure was all that waited for you in your quest. All Ganondorf seemed to want was to shield his people from the death the wind brought. But this was twisted into an evil, unrelenting desire to spread his cruel, ruthless dominion to all the people of the world, including his own people. Now, centuries later, Ganondorf stands alone. His world no longer a vast, barren wasteland, but a vast, barren ocean. Here, he was one step away from achieving his goal. But even though his world looked so different, destiny remained the same, and it took victory away from him. I don't think his laugh in this moment is one of insanity as Zelda puts it, but one of a truly broken man. I wonder what Ganondorf felt as Link delivered the killing blow, and the wind blew upon him one last time. Regret for all he had done? Or relief that this cycle he was cursed to uphold was finally over? I think this gives rise to an interesting question. In a world of destiny and fate, where does Ganondorf end and demise begin? What type of king would Ganondorf have been without the influence of demise? Perhaps still arrogant, stern, but passionate about his goals and compassionate towards his people, still willing to steal, kill, and do battle to gain prosperity and land for his people. But this is true for any king. Hilda brought chaos to Hyrule for her kingdom, but she was able to see there was a better way to save her people. Perhaps Ganon could have seen compromise, could have been shown a better way, but due to Demise's curse, such a thing would be impossible. Link, Zelda, and the people of Hyrule are not the only ones to suffer Demise's curse. Ganon must also, but unlike everyone else, through each iteration, each battle, each age, each era, one person remains the same: Ganondorf. The tragic tale of Ganondorf Dragmire stems from the restraints that were put on his soul, provoking him to seek out evil intent, keeping him trapped in an endless cycle of battles that always lead to his death, by the spirit of the hero and blood of the goddess, simply because destiny wills it so. Born a king, raised in a wasteland, seeking prosperity for his people, but only brought them demise, all due to a curse placed on him centuries ago, chosen not by the gods, but by the devil, cursed to be a puppet in the hands of fate till the end of time.